Yo, what's going on everyone? It's your boy Goat, and for today's video I want to talk about the recent Melee all-time list that PG posted. And the reason I'm bringing it up is I think they completely messed up on this list, guys. I hate to say it, they did have some good placements here and there, but the big takeaway that I got from this was they completely overrated the old school players. Now, I'm not here to, talk down on anyone, but I think they're completely overrating them because when we look at something like the NBA, for instance, I want to compare these old school Melee players to a player named George Mikan. He played in the 50s in the NBA, won multiple championships, but played at a very low skill level. So although he did win multiple championships, he has results. That's not everything we should be looking at when we rank all-time players. I think the people that made this list are pretty knowledgeable about Melee. They may know more about the game than me. They may know more about the meta, but I don't think they know how to properly make a list. So anyway, with George Mikan, this guy played at a very low talent level, played very low competition as well, and didn't have a lot of longevity. This is pretty much the case with these old school players. For instance, I don't understand how Azen is ranked as high as he is. He's over players such as Zane and Plup, and that's just nuts to me. That's crazy because not only did he play at a much lower skill level, he had lower competition as well, and he didn't even have much longevity. So I'm just not getting these placements. I'm not understanding why he's placed as high as he is, that PC Chris and Isaiah are as high as they are. How is Isaiah better than S2J? That doesn't make any sense. He played for a solid 4 years or so. He started, I believe, in 2003, and he was playing a little bit in 2007, but pretty much around 2006 he started slowing down. So these old school players are just so overrated. And I mean, they are good for their time, but the people that made this list just aren't really realizing how to properly make an all-time list. It's like they're only looking at results and they're not pretty much factoring in all the other things that go into an all-time ranking. So it's like, yeah, for their time, they had good results, but it's like, that's it. What about all the other factors? I don't understand this. Another point I want to bring up is several of these players tried to come back years later and had not nearly as much success. Ken came back, PC Chris, Azen, all of them came back and competed, other than Isaiah, and weren't even close to as good as they were back then. And I believe Ken was trying as hard as he possibly could. It's not like he was dogging it, he was trying, and he wasn't even close to the best player. So yes, I do think these players are good for their time, but when we're looking at an all-time list, you can't just be like, oh, they were really good for a few years in a lower talent level, and they didn't have much longevity, so they should be this high up. Like that just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, they were in the documentary, so they should be this high up. No, guys, this is just so wrong. And the biggest snub of all is Mewtwo King. It's actually embarrassing how they ranked Mewtwo King. They should be ashamed of themselves. I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm usually not posting negative stuff, but something has to be said. I'm not gonna lie, I may not have made this video had they not placed Ken where they placed him, had they not snubbed Mewtwo King so badly. So someone explain to me how Ken should be ranked higher than Mewtwo King. There's literally no case for this. You could maybe make an argument like, oh, I think Leffen should be over Mewtwo King. Even then, I wouldn't agree. Or if you're like, you know what, I think Hungrybox should be over Armada. At least there's a case. You know what I mean? At least there's actually an argument to be made. There is no argument for Ken being higher than Mewtwo King. This is a joke. An absolute joke. Ken, just like the other people I named, had very short longevity. Once PC Chris, Mewtwo King, and Korean DJ pretty much all rose to power and overthrew him, he was done. He pretty much just quit because he wasn't good enough. And once he came back, as I already said, he wasn't even close to one of the best players. So he had very short longevity, not a high talent level. Now yes, let me say one more thing. You could say, yeah, he pioneered the Ken combo and all that, but I don't think he should be rewarded a placement this high for simply being there before everyone else. Because let's say Mewtwo King would have been playing the game before Ken, and Ken played later, or Mango, or Zane. Let's say they all were younger. They 100% would have figured this stuff out. I think so. I 100% think so. So it's just completely crazy to me how they can put Ken over Mewtwo King. Like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe we can put him in the top 10 because he did have like a really nice streak very early on. But no, over Mewtwo King is a joke. Like, yeah, I'll say Ken. I'll say he's top 10. I'll give you that. But to put him over Mewtwo King, that's crazy. I saw so many people on Twitter like going off like, how can this be? And even Mewtwo King himself was like shocked about this. He was too polite to really like fully, you know, be mad about it. He's just such a nice guy. Like he wasn't mad, but he did speak out and was like, yeah, I don't agree with this. But man, once I saw that, I was like, I gotta make this post. I've got to make this video because I love talking all-time lists, whether it's sports or Melee or any kind of Smash Bros. Game. But this is just so unprofessional. Like, I know it's an opinion, so, you know, maybe that's not the right word, but the reason I say unprofessional is these people are supposed to be like the official, most knowledgeable people. So how can they come up with an opinion this bad? Like, this is just terrible. Like, I don't know how that they thought, oh yeah, Ken over Mewtwo King. Even though once Mewtwo King became as good as he became, he was destroying Ken. Like, even in the documentary, he talks about how like, oh, eventually I took a game off Ken, and then I, what did he say, 3 or 4 stocked him on like multiple occasions. Like, not only did he surpass him, he became way better. And Ken had all the opportunities in the world to prove that, oh yeah, he is, you know, all-time better than Mewtwo King. He is a top 5 player. Guys, he wasn't even close. Like, I just don't get this. This is really, really one of the worst takes I've ever seen. Like, I'm talking football, basketball, anything, like any kind of video game. This is one of the worst takes I've ever seen, period. Like, oh my god, I'm not trying to be an asshole, I'm really not, but like, I'm just speaking my mind on this because this is utterly ridiculous. To give them a little credit, they did have a few, you know, good placements. I do agree Mango's the GOAT. I'm glad they did that. You know, I agree with Armada and Hungrybox. And they got most of the overall players. Like, they got the list right, but not the order. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't exclude anyone, but they got overall, like, the players that needed to be on there, but just the ordering is terrible when it comes to the old school players. That's what I'll say. So that's about it, guys. I don't want to rant anymore. And once again, I'm not trying to be mean to these people. I don't think they're bad people, but it's important sometimes to voice our opinions because it's just fun to talk about, and it's honestly disrespectful in my eyes. They're completely disrespecting how incredible Mewtwo King was, because Mewtwo King had way more talent than Ken, and it's not even close. Way more longevity, way more consistent, because once Ken came back, he wasn't even close to as good as he once was. Mewtwo King's been so consistent, and he played the highest amount of talent. Like, he's played in every single era and proven that he's as good as like almost anyone. Like, he's proven that he should be the 4th best player of all time. It should be Mango, Armada, Hungrybox, although I guess you could debate 2 and 3. I think it's Armada's second, but Mewtwo King's number 4. Like, there's almost no debate, and certainly no case for Ken to be over Mewtwo King. So that about does it for this video. I hope you all liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and please consider subscribing because that really helps me. It's weird because I get a decent amount of views, but I just can't seem to get subscribers consistently, so I really need your all's help to subscribe because I really want to do this full time, and I think you all will really like my content. I do a wide variety of Smash Bros content, so I think you all will like it, but it will just help me. It will help me work more consistently if I can get more subs, because I have so much other stuff going on in my life, and I want this to be my full-time career, but I can't do it without your help. So please help me out. Drop a sub, drop a like, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.